I hated my dad my entire life until a stranger told me the truth. Growing up, my dad was my hero. He worked as a mechanic and still found time to play catch with me every evening. He helped neighbors fix their cars for free and never complained about the long hours. So the night the police came and arrested him for armed robbery didn't make any sense to me. As they put him in the police car, he looked at me and said, "Kiddo, I didn't do it. One day you'll understand." At first, I believed him. But during the trial, something strange happened. The evidence against him wasn't even very strong, and his lawyer kept begging him to testify. All he had to do was speak up and explain where he had been that night. Instead, my dad stayed completely silent. When the judge sentenced him to 12 years in prison, he simply accepted it. That silence slowly changed everything. My mom divorced him soon after, convinced he must have been guilty. As I grew older, I started believing the same thing. His letters from prison always ended with the same line, "One day you'll understand." 12 years later, he was finally released. A few weeks after getting out, he asked if we could meet for coffee. When I saw him, he looked older and tired, but his face lit up the moment he saw me. He hugged me tightly, like he had been waiting years for that moment. I barely hugged him back. Even after that, he kept trying, calling to check on me, sending birthday cards, and even coming to my apartment once to fix my broken sink. I treated him like a stranger. 3 years later, I got the call that he had died from a sudden stroke. At the funeral, I stood quietly in the back, thinking about how we never really repaired our relationship. After the service, an older man walked up to me. His name was Daniel, my dad's best friend since childhood. Daniel looked at me with tears in his eyes and said something that made my heart stop. "Your father didn't commit that robbery." Then he told me the truth. Years ago, his own son had been the one who robbed the store, but his son was involved with dangerous criminals who threatened to kill Daniel's entire family if the truth ever came out. My dad found out before the trial. The night before court, he went to Daniel and told him he knew his son was responsible. Daniel wanted to confess to the police, but my father stopped him. He said prison was something he could survive, but he wouldn't risk those men hurting Daniel's family or mine. Before leaving, Daniel handed me a letter my dad had written before the trial. The last line said, "If you ever learn the truth, I hope you understand that I did it to keep you safe." I sat outside the funeral home for a long time after that, thinking about how hard my dad tried to be part of my life after prison, and how cold I had been to him. He spent 12 years protecting me, and when he finally came home, I couldn't even give him the love he deserved. Now every month I visit his grave and say the words I should have said when he was still alive. "I'm sorry, Dad."